anime is obviously a romantic school comedy, Haruhi and I are the main characters. So that means we are love interests. Yeah, then what are we? You boys are the homosexual supporting cast.
Now that it is 2025 and a new year, I'm going to begin a temperature blanket and I'm going to crochet it. So at the end of the year, I'll come back and post another video and show you how it turned out. And this is one of the colors in it. It's the first color that I'm using. Confused. Look, both ends are coming out of there. Life doesn't make sense.
Come crochet a table runner with me.
There's
And don't forget to stay hydrated.
Update number 2 of the day, since I had to redo my square. Now, I did try and use this sparkly white that I had showed you guys I wanted to use originally, even though honestly I knew it was going to be too big. I still tried it and it was too big. So I went ahead and used this fingering weight Spin Ease white that I just, like I said, all this yarn was from my stash. And it turned out super cute. I still have to use the tan to join it together. And I'm honestly really happy with size comparison because it's like slightly bigger than my others, but not enough that it's gonna matter, I don't think. So I will get this added on and come show you quick. This is the tan I'm using to join it all together, and it actually was not from my stash. I went to Joann's today and they were having their Yarnormous sale. So I bought this more than £1 to see how far I can get in joining. All right, here's the updated and correct block of the day.
Welcome to day 2 of my 2025 temperature blanket. Want to know my color scheme? I am using basic red heart yarn for this. Below 0 equals red, 0 to 9 equals light pink. 10 to 19 equals spring green. 20 to 29 equals frosty green. 30 to 39 equals minty. 40 to 49 equals lavender. 50 to 59 equals light blue. 60 to 69 equals light periwinkle. I will share more later as I finish months and it gets warmer outside. What do you think so far? We're 2 days in and I'm obsessed. Be sure to follow along to see how this massive undertaking progresses and tell me about yours.
Join me in making my first commission of 2025. This customer wanted a cat ear beanie using their 3 favorite colors, so I created a gradient using the exact white, blue, and pink that they requested. I chained 50 and double crocheted until I reached the end of the chain. I then chained 2 and double crocheted into the back loop only of each stitch until I reached 15 rows and fastened off my yarn. When I finished this panel, I was left with a really beautiful gradient that I'm very proud of, and I folded the panel in half to give me the 2 halves of the cat ear beanie. Once I sewed the 2 sides together and folded up the flaps, this is the result that I was left with. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
This is your reminder to share your art more than once because you worked really, really hard on that, and more people deserve to see it. So what are you waiting for? Go!
not make this shit up. What is going on? I think that this is like the universe telling me, do not do this craft. What? Like, am I doing something wrong?
This is the year 2025. Welcome. You're the first one here.
I just spent the morning setting up our 2025 budget spreadsheet that we use in our household, and then I did the January budget, and that was stressful. 4 kids, a farm, stay-at-home mom, budget stressful. So I'm gonna crochet, but I've done 35 granny squares in a row and absolutely nothing else. So I'm gonna work on finishing this guy.
And it goes like this.
I don't have any hobbies, actually. This isn't a hobby. This consumes my entire life. A hobby is something you do on the side.
Day 6, man, what you doing? Day 6 of crochet every day, and day 1 of being an empty nester. So, eyeballs a little. But I wanted to show y'all what I keep my yarn in and what I'm working on. So, I have this Marley Lily cooler bag. And I didn't like that it was cloth on the outside, even though I did use Scotch Guard. But, there's some of my stitch things. But, so I use it for actually my yarn storage when I work at facilities and stuff. But, y'all, this is my bobble blanket that I'm working on. It's going to be 4 different colors. And, y'all, I am just in love with it. But, so that's my crochet project. I think the key to me getting through this is just going to be using crochet to help my mind slow down and focusing on a project every day, keeping on working. I have some goals. I still need a vehicle, so I'm a couple $100 away from that. So I've got a shift tonight, and I got a shift tomorrow night that I'm working on. And I'm thinking by the end of the week, we may have $2 to $3 grand so that we can go ahead and get just a used vehicle, just something I can get back into to work until I can get some more permanent solutions. But, I think I'm going to go work in Natalie's room today and getting it finished, cleaned up. I've got a desk vanity thing that I've got to put on Facebook Marketplace. But love y'all. Mean it. Message me. I'm here for you. I love this community. Love y'all. Bye.
My goal for 2025 is to finish all of my works in progresses. I have a lot of them. So we need to make room. First up, we have this sweater. It is the first and only thing that I will ever knit. I hated making this. But she deserves some respect. I just need to weave the ends in and block it because the sleeves are 4 inches too small. Because I hated knitting so much, I just wanted to be done. So we're gonna block it and weave the end in and then say goodbye to our knitting journey. All right, all done. Everybody say sleigh blocking the sleeves for it now. But yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for more.
Okay,
Okay, I thought I would start a series of works in progress whips that are ongoing at the end of 2024, which I am hoping to get finished at some point in 2025. So there's this, a crochet curtain. I'm 6 rows down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of the ends are sewn in. Yeah, all of the ends are sewn in. So there's this. This is quite a big project. I'm maybe a quarter of the way through this one, and then I'll make another one to go into the next window. So this is whip 1. Whip 2 is this Christmas stocking using my own pattern. I've just got the ribbing to do and the hook. So hopefully this will be finished relatively quickly. End of December, beginning of January. That'll be done and put away for next year. Whip 3 is my illuminated kaleidoscope blanket. All of the ends. I don't know if I've sewn in any of them. Maybe I've done a few, but I've placed them all on the back when I wrote the pattern and took the photo so that you couldn't see. So this is whip 3 to finish in 2025. Whip 4 is this. I don't know if it's a cardigan or a jumper. It's some kind of corner to corner clothing item which I've joined just to see how it looks. I'm not sure I love it. So either it will be a jumper or a cardigan, or I will pull it back and it will be something else. It's number 4. Number 5 is this jumper. It's made with the nicest yarn. I think I've got 2 sleeves, and then this is the body working from the bottom up. I don't love it. I'm going to pull it back and find a new pattern, I think. I love the yarn. It's quite heavy. So yeah, whip number 5. Okay, it feels like it's turning into a confession at this point. Whip number 6 is a granny square bag. I have done the handle for this. I think I just need to construct it and then pop a tote bag in the middle. Did I say number 6? This is the next one. I've completely lost count at this point. This is a cardigan, a waistcoat, some kind of granny square thing crocheted together using the join as you go method. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. I love this. I've forgotten how much I loved it. It's just been away in a box. So this is another item. These are socks. They've been sat on the windowsill for such a long time that they are sun bleached. I'm not mad about that though. Quite like it. You can maybe see more on the yarn. Yeah, these are also a whip. I'm going to finish this year either as the socks or something else. And my final piece for confession is a jumper. Again, I've stopped because I'm not sure I love how the sleeves are looking. So I'm going to pull it back at least to the sleeves and see what happens. I really wanted a jumper in this colour for the longest time. Excuse the piece of Christmas wrapping paper. And I couldn't find it. So I bought the yarn to make one, and then obviously, the second I did that, I found the jumper. So that is the final project for my whips that are at home. I will do another one for the whips that are at the boat.
Good morning. I'm here in my cozy little house. The wind is very strong outside and the temperature is dropping, and I'm working on my 2025 temperature blanket. Obviously, I've just started that. I am using the Moss linen stitch, which is an easy single crochet chain. And it kind of is that stitch where you go down into the stitch below. You do a chain. You do a single crochet. Then you do another chain. Then you do a single crochet into the space where the chain was in the previous row. It's a very simple stitch. I've settled on a 5mm hook, and I'm using number 4 acrylic worsted weight yarn in colors that I already have. I would say most of these colors will end up in these yarns will end up colors from Hobby Lobby because I buy a lot of yarn there. I actually really do like the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in this worsted weight because it's very soft. It's softer than Red Heart. It's softer than one of the others that I have in my yarn stash. that I buy in one of the box stores. I do use a lot of acrylic yarn. I love natural fiber yarn, but it's pricey and it's not washable. And I find when I make a lot of items to give to people, and I find the people that I am giving gifts to prefer something that they can wash. Maybe roll up in a towel and block, get some of the water out and then hang it, or even dry it in the dryer. So that's why I use acrylic yarn. It's readily available, comes in many, many colors. The dye lots are very consistent in the Hobby Lobby yarn. I can go back and buy a different dye lot in these yarns, and it will be a good match. Something which isn't always the case in a lot of other yarns, especially natural fiber yarns, due to the dyeing process. So that's my talk about yarn today. I'm clearly not a yarn snob, as some people, I think it's a term. I'm not one for labels. I just use what works for me. So this is my light blue. The light blue is because we've gone into the 20 degrees. This turquoise color here is for the 30s, 32 degrees. This light green, which is actually called ocean and has a little bit of blue in it, is for the 40s. So I will be doing blues as it gets colder. I'll be doing a medium and a darker blue as it gets colder. And then I'll be doing lighter greens as it gets warmer. But we're going into a cold spell here in New England. My temperatures are in Fahrenheit because I'm here in the northeast corner of the United States. And you can probably hear things slamming around outside. I just heard the lid on the neighbor's. Yep, and there's something else blowing around. I'm going to have to go out and investigate soon and see what I need to pick up before it blows down the street. I live on a hill. So this is me making a temperature blanket today. I'll have to wait to see how high it gets before I do the high of the day row. But this is the low of the day row. So I'll be posting this, maybe not every day, probably for the next few days. And I'll be fishing through my yarn soon and making a colored card of the colors. Right now I just have a basic written list till I get all of the yarn out of my boxes and bins and wherever I have them stored. I will be using yarns that I already have and that I can replenish easy. So that's my project of the day. And then I'll be working. I've also set another blanket, and I'll be working on that one a little later today. But this is my early morning project. How cold was it last night? It was in the 20s, and the wind chill factor brought it down about 10 degrees. So I'm on my temperature blanket adventure. And I'm wondering how many of you might be doing a temperature blanket, because I love to crochet along with other people. And I love to get new ideas from other creators. So if you are crocheting one, put in a comment and I will come and see your blanket. And I wish you all a happy day of crocheting. Bye for now.